How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Woo, that Palo Santo. Cleanse that energy, baby. Let it fly. Let it into the air. Welcome, Aries. I'm Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, in case you were wondering. I hope you guys are doing well today. We're looking at your weekly reading. So let's see what's in store for Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Cross Watchers, welcome. I'm sure you guys know the drill. My energy's a little low today. I apologize in advance. I probably shouldn't put on the disclaimer, but I just wanted to keep you guys posted. I wanted to get these out. I know I'm running a little bit behind. It's been super busy lately. All right, Aries, let's see what the highest and best message is for you this week. What does Aries need to know? Aries Collective. Okay, messages of freedom. I love this, Aries. So really this opportunity to kind of free yourself from, you know, the frustration, the tension, the things that have kind of been holding you back. I feel like this message is going to come into you. Whether this is from another person, this can also just be something that you receive in your quiet moments from Spirit. So looking at where you're sourcing that fuel from, right? So I think a lot of times, I mean, we all know modern life is so busy. It's so crazy, so intense, especially if you have families and social life and career. There's so many different factors that we all deal with. And I feel like when things get rough and when push comes to shove, and maybe some of these aspects of ourselves rear their beautiful faces, you know, it's kind of a sobering moment, but it's this opportunity to really look at ourselves. What's so interesting, we have 31 and 30 on the board. I feel like I'm hearing this is about like taking a step back for you. Maybe you moved too quickly, made a decision based out of, well, you know, I feel like you used, you know, the best information you could at the time. I feel like maybe the way this played out wasn't what you had kind of anticipated or hoped for. But something kept you from acknowledging that. There was some type of block here. And I feel like this is all changing and evolving this week for you, Aries, which is really great. I also feel like you're going to have to retrace your steps. Maybe take a step back, look at something from a different viewpoint, reconnect with someone. With this submission card, it's not talking about being a doormat. I mean, not that I ever would think Aries energy would be, because you are very strong and confident and independent, and you know where you're going, and those are all amazing qualities to possess. But this reminds me a lot of like when these relationships come across our path to teach us, to challenge us, to grow and evolve. You know, it's recognizing that we might be very different from someone else. I'm hearing like opposite sides of the same coin. Maybe whatever happened with this individual or situation left a bad taste in your mouth. So you just wanted to remove yourself from it. Well, I'm not going to deal with this any longer. But I feel like what's happening now, King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, you could be dealing with. This could be that message coming in. Receiving this message from the from that earth sign about the burdens, about the stressors, I feel like this person is bringing in new information that makes you completely, maybe it's really helping you just kind of loosen your grip, loosen that space of control or frustration and anger, you know. When we're only seeing something through one lens, it can be really hard to maybe understand where people, places, things are coming from, what their mode of operation is, why they do what they do. And oftentimes we can take it personally, right? Especially if someone makes a decision that's different than what we would do. And I feel like I said, Aries, there's something that's coming for you this week that's helping you see things a little bit clearer. And I think it's not like you're in trouble. Like, I don't hear it like that, or like it's a bad thing about, or like shame on you. That's what I should say. It's like, you kind of just have to look at yourself and say, okay, like, did maybe I overreact a little bit? Did I not get enough information? Should I have, you know? It puts you into a self-reflection space. And I think it allows you to approach things from a different perspective, maybe kind of put your guard down a little bit in a way that's safe, not like, again, letting that person walk all over you. But I don't get that vibe from you, Aries. Excuse me real quick. You're very strong and confident, and that can be intimidating to people. But with the moon showing up, it speaks to our fears and our illusions. You know, we're so willing to believe ourselves, our thoughts, our fantasies, when maybe we don't have the full information. And especially if it kind of makes us feel offended, or like I said, taking it personally. Maybe it was about having a little bit more balance. This could be dealing with house, home, family. Four of Wands is that family energy, or even just someone that you feel really close to, right? Ooh, the devil. There is Capricorn. I don't know if it's, you know, I think because this is a general collective reading, the energy, the situation is going to be different for everyone. I'm seeing a couple things going on here. I feel like this dynamic, really played on your emotions, like I talked about. It made you feel some kind of way. Maybe you didn't feel supported or protected. And so it triggered a lot of emotion. Maybe you thought a situation or relationship was a certain way. You thought you guys were on the same page, happy, harmony, etc. But in reality, the way that it played out didn't feel so much like that. And I feel like for both ends. But for you, it's like, well, F this S. Like, I'm not dealing with this. It could have provoked a little anger, you know, like that fire energy. There you are right there, that Aries. So you kind of create these rigid boundaries. Or you could be dealing with someone who's incredibly masculine and showing up in the same way with that rigidity, trying to control and dictate how things play out. But I feel like you've kind of come to the end of your journey with this Three of Wands. You've gone as far as you can go, right? Like, look at how that person's on the end of the cliff. And now you just have to wait and see how it's all going to play out. Or maybe you have been in the waiting game. But it's changing. I love that. This deck is gorgeous. I'm like obsessed. I like completely, I mean, I knew I had it, but like, that's the fun thing about pulling out decks we've had for a while, because you get to, it's like Christmas. So yeah, Aries, I feel like this is like, it's changing now. I think maybe what you saw, what you thought about this in the beginning, it looks a lot different. You're seeing the evolution of it. I do feel like it's a positive movement forward. The Wheel of Fortune is always that concept of karma. So whatever seeds we've planted is going to show, is going to bear fruit. We see that with that Three of Wands, waiting for your ships to come in, so to speak, in the traditional deck. Okay. 2 4s. So this is a lot about stability and balance. This person taking time to withdraw, contemplate, reflect. Not a lot of action energy. Feeling a little bit more grounded and stable. King of Wands, or sorry, King of Swords, Aries, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, sorry. I mean, you could be vibing as that King of Swords. You know, this is needing to be a little bit more rational with the approach. The message can be twofold. I feel like if you're dealing with someone specific that this resonates with, it's like they're taking that time to take a step back to really contemplate and reflect. Maybe do a little healing, get themselves in order, etc. Maybe they weren't really looking at the friend component, the connection, the relationship that you guys shared. Maybe that's where the offense came in. I feel like there's just like a disconnect, right? It's like I was saying, not really having the full story, not really completely understanding because there's not a lot of communication happening. And this is actually a theme throughout all the readings, guys, like where we need to kind of just, if we have questions, we need to ask, right? That's how we get the information. Because I don't feel like this was a direct hit for either of you. We have 2 4s, 2 3s on the board. Drop those repeating our angel numbers below. It was bringing out a lot of conflict for them. They didn't really know what to make of it. Maybe you were, I don't know. I feel like it fell flat. That's what I'm hearing. It's like you needed it to look one way. They needed it to look another way. And there wasn't any congruency in the middle. And instead of kind of like talking about it, hashing it out, etc., I feel like it snowballed into something completely different. And so then you're like, I don't want to deal with this BS. I'm like washing my hands clean of it. And for them, it made them really emotional, you know? And I think there was a lot of potential and opportunity with this 4 of Wands. But potential only gets you so far. You know, we actually have to take the action steps. We need to connect and to communicate. But this constant like sitting on it, waiting on it, it's actually kind of made things a little bit trickier and worse. And I feel like even a little bit more messy. Like I said, it almost just feels like things snowballed and things got worse than what really truly was happening. You guys could be in business together. There is some financial connection with this 6 of Pentacles. Almost feeling like money just pouring out. That's what I keep seeing. Maybe you were afraid, like you were dumping too much time, investment into this person or situation, and you wanted to make sure you were receiving yours back too. There was a little bit of a tit for tat energy. Because the Emperor and the King of Swords, in my opinion, are very similar energies. The Emperor has a little bit more experience, more maturity under his belt. but he can also be very rigid, very much an a-hole. But so can the King of Swords, you know what I mean? It's like operating from this very masculine, rigid energy. And I think that that's kind of where it got you both into trouble. There needed to be a little bit more synergy and balance. This person definitely vibes with that Three of Cups energy, thinking that the relationship was a little bit different than what it actually was, where for you, you just didn't really want to put too much into it. You just kind of wanted to wait on it. All right, let's pull some, it does feel like you guys are coming back together. I mean, I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe there will be a balancing of the scales, so to speak. I feel like you do kind of see things from a different perspective this week, Aries. And it helps give a little bit more grace and understanding. You might readdress things. I kind of just feel like you end up seeing that maybe this isn't the best vibe. Like sometimes people serve their course, you know, for the amount of time that they're in our life or we're kind of dealing with them. Because like I said, they're very similar energies, but very different at the same time. This was more about, teaching a lesson, but timing does come out. So it is just a matter of time before things come back together. Dude, I hate this. I must have shuffled them weird. I don't like reversals mess with me, guys. Authenticity. So for you, obviously, Aries, a lot of this is just about being authentic. You know, not thinking it's necessarily worst case scenario. Conversation definitely needs to be had. It does show that it is coming through in that way. You just got to do it. Sometimes that's like part of the battle, right? Sometimes we don't want to have that talk or that conversation, but I feel like it's just going to give you a little bit better balance. Let go, you know, like we talked about in the very beginning, it's freedom for you to kind of let go, to move on, to evolve from this, to not have it like hanging and looming over your head. So I totally hope this helps, Aries, sending you all the love and blessings to whatever you're navigating through. Definitely give me a big thumbs up if it resonated. Drop comments below. I love to build and grow the community. Thanks for tuning in. All the love and support. Talk to you soon.